Hello all and welcome to the debut episode of Open Door Podcast. This is your host Jimmy and thank you for beginning this journey with me. This podcast will be focused on mental health, breaking the stigma of mental illness, along with tips and advice with what helps me get through some tough times and keep my mind occupied throughout all this, and having chats with some guests along the way to share their experiences and bring some laughs and smiles along the way. I thought now is a better time than any in these tough times of COVID-19, especially in Victoria, where we're currently going through stage 4 lockdown and an estimated rise of suicide rates. Due to this, I thought now is the right time to start a podcast I've been sitting on for a while. I want to help spread awareness and to let you all know that not being okay is totally okay. You don't have to feel ashamed or embarrassed about being emotional or going through a struggle, because you are never alone and you are loved. So this will be just a small intro episode where I'll tell you all what's to come, tell you all about my story. If anything we discuss hits a trigger or you're going through a bit at the moment, feel free to skip through any tough parts of the episode. This is a serious issue that we have to discuss, and we have to feel comfortable being uncomfortable. But there will also be plenty of laughs, smiles, some tips and advice along the way. So as a nation and humanity, we're slowly breaking the stigma together, but there's still a long way to go. Suicide is the leading cause of death for 25 to 44-year-olds and second in 16 to 24-year-olds. That in itself is alarming and something we all want to lower and help prevent. So if you're going through a tough time or even just having a bad day or something's happened in your life, put your hand up, say that I'm struggling, I'm not feeling okay. You've got plenty of people around you that will help you with anything you need, or have a chat, seek medical assistance if you need, or my door is always open. And if you haven't heard from a family member or a friend for a while, flick them a message, ask how they're doing, or give them a call, see if they need any help with anything, and it benefits you because you get to connect with someone you haven't heard from for a while. And some signs to watch out for in not only yourself but your loved ones: a personality change in some, agitation, their self-care has lessened, and they're withdrawing a little bit, or you're withdrawing a bit yourself. This is a subject I'm very passionate about and try to be as open as I can be about it, and I have been through my time, but I am one of 6 people who are going through mental illness. In 2010, this started when I was diagnosed with clinical depression and anxiety after a long period of not finding joy out of anything. I would come home after school, be sad for no reason. I'd have a great day at school, but just be in the dumps, wasn't myself. I'd want to go into bed by 5:30 right before dinner started and just isolate myself from the world. And I knew that wasn't normal, especially at 16 when you should be up and about, bouncing off walls, playing sport, any of that. I just didn't want a bar of it, and it was pretty scary, and I was scared at the time, but I was lucky to have a mate who unfortunately was going through the same thing at the same time, and an amazing family. And I just put my hand up and said, what's going on? This isn't normal. What do I do? I don't feel right. And my family obviously knew something was wrong, and so sent me off to a GP where we put a mental health plan together, which is you get 10 free sessions to go to see any allied mental health service. And at the moment in Victoria, thankfully the government have added another 10 on top of that, so you'll get 20 in total for the year. For if you're struggling, you just go fill out some forms, have a chat to them, and do all that. So along with that, I was put on antidepressants and worked with my counsellor about speaking about my life and my emotions, and because speaking helps a ton. You don't think it would, but bottling up makes you feel a bit tense, and then when you talk, it just all gets out and you just flow. It's a lot better to do that, because if you bottle up, all the emotions just stay in. So doing that was really good, and how to change my mentality from negative to positive. And it's like any muscle in the body. If you train it enough, it's going to get strong. So it was about training my mind and all that. And I'll go more into about my experiences and what's going on in my life in coming episodes and all that. But for now, I'm happy to say that while I still have a mental illness and it does not define who I am, but I'm fighting strong, and that's thanks to an incredibly loving family, sensational group of mates, and my amazing partner Emma for helping me through it all and noticing if I'm having a bad day, and that's okay. Just like having a bit of a cold, you just have to look after yourself really. So while it is scary, if you're feeling flat or that you have no idea why you are feeling how you are, that it is completely normal. It's just like having the flu, as I said, you just have to know you're not feeling well and put your hand up. You have a lot of more people in your corner than you realise, and they're ready to take that fight on with you, because it's a lot easier to fight in a team than going solo. The main stigma we have to help break is having a mental illness makes you crazy, or thinking that people with a mental illness, they're choosing to feel that way, and that's totally not the case. Just like being physically ill, it's something we need to address and get help for, so we can feel better and help life continue on. And there's a lot of light out there, because the brain is your engine, and the vehicle can't run well if the engine is struggling. And I would also like to take this time to dedicate this whole show and project and every episode I get lucky enough to produce to my old man, my dad, Paul Stephen Dawe, who we lost in 2002 through suicide. We think about and love every day. And to all those we have lost through mental health, my thoughts are with you all. These shows and episodes are all of you out there. So thank you again for listening. We'll break this stigma together, which I'm very much looking forward to, with some incredible chats with guests I can't wait to have on, some tips on what I get up to strengthen my brain and keep focused, keep calm and relaxed. So bring on the conversations and the good times. Get around the Facebook page, Open Door Podcast, to keep up to date with all things happening with the show, and where I will be announcing the first guest onto the show in a number of days. I'm very much looking forward to that. All the support and love I've been shown even before this episode has gone up has been incredible, overwhelming, and something I didn't think would happen, so I can't thank you all enough. So I hope I can bring you all some good shows to listen to, some laughter, some insight, educate you along the way, and keep you occupied doing these during these times as well. So remember, you're loved and mentally stronger than you realise. So until next time, my door is always open for you all, and bye for now.